Welcome to another edition of Hustlers Kung Fu, where Hustlers Kung Fu Live, where we empower you to start businesses and we give you a lot of economic advice. Today we're going to be talking about buying gold, silver, and Bitcoin and investing in exotic investments, which for most people is going to be bad policy because I'm getting a lot of people come to the channel. It's like, where are the videos about crypto? Where are the videos about gold? Where are the videos about silver? And I'm going to explain why these people are asking these questions. And I'm going to give you the pathology of why you shouldn't do it. I mean, I'm going to break it down in the manner that I can break it down to let you know what's going down. All right. This live stream was brought to you by hustlerskungfulifeskills.com. That's right, Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills, where we teach you how to manage money. We teach you how to start a business and a whole lot more. What's going to happen this week is I'm going to add some more stuff to the Making Money course, the YouTube course, and we're going to get the new Facebook group going. We're actually we're going to get the Facebook group going. We've got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of things to go on. So check out hustlerskungfulifeskills.com. We've got credit courses. We have all types of things to help you win and get ahead in life. So with that, let's get back to this wonderful bean footage. All right. Like recently, because there's so many people screaming that that you need to get into the markets. You need to start buying stuff. You need to actually go ahead and get in the game. And I'm about to tell you why you don't want to do that. All right, so let's talk about gold. Why would someone buy gold? And as someone who owns some gold, it is a safe haven asset. This is one of the reasons you would buy gold. And let me go ahead and construct the things you need to do to put yourself in a position where you can buy gold, buy silver, and Bitcoin. First thing you need is two emergency funds, a long-term emergency fund and a short-term emergency fund. This is one of the things. You get a lot of people out here who want to buy silver, want to buy gold because it feels good. This is what people telling you that you should do, even though you have no fundamental understanding of the economic principles of buying gold and silver. You should have a constructed portfolio, and gold and silver should make up no more than 10% of your established portfolio. Do you have a portfolio? Are you debt free? And this is a huge thing, because I have a lot of people, because this is why people want to get into gold and silver and Bitcoin. They feel that it's going to outpace their debts. They go ahead and get some Bitcoin and it goes to the moon. Then they'll be able to sell it and pay off all their debts. That pretty much ain't going to work unless you got in early. I'm talking about early, like 2010 on Bitcoin, because everyone that got in, and look, on my little channel, I'm having a fight with these Bitcoin people because I know for a fact that not that many people got in early on Bitcoin. I know this for a fact because I was an early adapter of Bitcoin, and I actually tried to use Bitcoin and get people to pay for my courses in Bitcoin, and nobody was paying. Nobody was jumping in. Nobody was interested. So that tells me that there's only a handful of us who got Bitcoin early. It ain't like everybody and their mama. And this is something else too. Like, if you disagree, because on my other channel, Savage Finance, I have a recommendation: don't buy Bitcoin, because the very reasons that I'm going to talk about in here. And I have these people who like, I'm buying Bitcoin, I'm investing in Bitcoin. And this is something that's real funny. None of them will ever provide any proof. I don't have nothing to prove to you, man. They won't provide any proof of what they're saying. And it's funny because, like me, my proof is this channel. You can Google me, you can find certain things out about me, but it's still all these screen names we're talking about. Oh, Bitcoin's the best thing because it sounds good. It sounds now. It sounds trendy. It sounds like the best thing to do. And a lot of people are sloppy investors. You have a car note, you have student loans, you have credit card payments, and you call yourself an investor. That's sloppy investor. And I saw a woman who came on and she was talking about investing while you have debt. The average person doesn't have debt with 3%. The debt is more like 15% to 18% interest, which is eroding their buying power. And you got so many people who want to do it all, and they want to have the ability to be an investor, have the ability to get into Bitcoin, have ability to buy silver because it's so cool. It's so now. It's like, because, and also when I'm dueling with these people and I was like, provide me a P&L statement of your financial net worth, and they won't do it because they don't have any net worth. They have a few Bitcoins, or they have a fraction. They don't even have a whole Bitcoin. They have a fraction of a Bitcoin. And it is crazy how many people get into this because the framework is like, once again, you should have an established portfolio before you get into Bitcoin, before you get into silver, before you get into gold. You should have an established portfolio, and that should make up a percentage of your portfolio as a hedge against inflation. But if you got people out here just buying silver, just buying gold, don't have a portfolio, they're hustling backwards. It's really interesting because, like I said, and I got some people on Facebook friends who are Bitcoin bulls, and I know neither one of them have a net worth even close to mine. I know this for a fact. And one I was like, how much money Bitcoin made you? Well, that's personal. It ain't that impressive, bruh. And this is the thing, because it will keep going on, and there's people doing Bitcoin mining, and it is because, at some point, cryptocurrency will be the future. But I'm thinking 15 to 20 years from now. It ain't now. It ain't right now. And all these folks right now are digging in, and they're calling me crazy and believing in the dollar. You know what's funny? All of these Bitcoin folks, you have to convert your Bitcoin to dollars to actually use it. It's very interesting. I know this is why they need to, because this is why I am so bullish on starting businesses. Like, I was having a conversation, like you can actually go ahead and borrow. If you have enough cryptocurrency, you can actually get loans against your cryptocurrency, and the bank will hold your cryptocurrency as collateral. And typically it's going to be half or a quarter of your cryptocurrency because cryptocurrency is so volatile. But this is one of the situations with this whole buying gold and silver. If you don't have an established portfolio of equities, what are you going to do with the gold and silver? Because let's say silver, let's see, what is gold? What's the price of gold? The price of gold is $1,684. All right. Let's say gold goes to 2,500 bucks. Because an ounce of gold is $1,684. The average person can't buy that much. So let's say you have 3 ounces of gold. You scratched up $5,000 and you got 3 ounces of gold. And it goes up to $2,500. Now you have $8,000. Not really the best in terms of gain, because and also these guys always talks in terms of percentages. They never talk in actual dollars. It's always percentages. It's a fraction of this. How does going from 5,000 to 8,000 change your life? You would be better off starting a side hustle that provides consistent cash. This is one of the things that I am so big on and I consistently preach. Starting and developing consistent cash. And this is one of the things that these people, because also another thing that happens is a level of egotistical. Oh, I have some Bitcoin. And dude called me an old man, and it's like going to the post office. People still go to the post office and still send out mail. I was just sitting there like, and I asked this person, I was like, do you know how to make money from scratch? Because at the end of the day, this is what this is about. It's about getting money. And, these whole things of these arguments about the dollar, near interest, zero interest rates. From a practical standpoint, another reason that more people are not involved in crypto is it is extremely complicated. Like all of the stuff that goes into it, the things that you need to learn, all the things you need to know about crypto. It's a complicated, it's not real easy. And this is another reason many people on the sidelines, because I think only 1% of the world's population has crypto. 1%. Just 1%. And it's, like I keep telling you guys how to get the money the correct way. Jack Middlehoff, tell me, what are your plans to do with your gold and silver, and how does it protect you? Please lay that out for me in the comments. Paul Brown, have a coworker who buys silver but doesn't have a position of it. BK from the Rockies, it's not banks. No traditional banks do this. These are new startups that are doing this. Pretty much, Rod, for real estate. But that day ain't today. We're about as close to cryptocurrency becoming a mainstream currency as we're close to self-driving cars and self-driving trucks. We're about 15 to 20 years away from that. Oh, crypto is extremely volatile. And also, let's go ahead and talk about our current stock market. The stock market is zooming, it's booming. And you know who's driving the stock market? It's retail investors. All of the institutional money is sitting on the sideline with billions in cash. But the average citizen listening to these YouTubers, it's cheap. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity to get this cheap. So once the retail investor starts running out of money, you're going to see some slowing in the gains in the stock market. Oh yeah, people are making loans against their crypto. Like here's the thing. Like I bought my crypto in 2010, and it wasn't a bunch of people buying that. There weren't a lot of places you could even buy cryptocurrency, and there's only a handful of people who got in early. There's only a handful. It's not like all these folks is like, oh, I bought Bitcoin in the beginning. I'm like, really? How'd you buy it? Where'd you buy it from? Questions go unanswered because they're lying. Revas, what do you think about cruise line stocks? Once again, this is stuff that's being pushed by the financial channels on YouTube. Like, Carnival people are booking for cruises after this because they're going to want to go somewhere, and the cruises are. This thing is going to go on longer than people think. And that's the hard thing, because the way that the stock market is acting is it's priced in that this is going to be an instant recovery, that we're going to bounce back. We're going to go right back to doing what we're doing. And I have a question. Why is all of the institutional money, these places with analysts, hedge fund managers who are paid to manage risk, why are they all sitting on the sidelines? But the retail investor is like a lemming just running. Well, stocks. I gotta get me some stocks. I gotta get me some stocks. I'm gonna continue the dollar cost average. Actually, the billionaires are not buying stock. Warren Buffett is actually selling stock. They're not buying stock. They're sitting on cash. All of the smart money is not buying stock. Google it. Check it out. Warren Buffett, because every time Warren Buffett sells some people are like, what? Why is he selling? What is he selling? Oh my God. Warren Buffett's selling. They freak out when Warren Buffett sold $390 million worth of his airline stock. They freaked out. Now, if you were to use practical logic, because here's the thing that's going to happen. Because remember 9/11? It took the airlines a few years to get back to speed after 9/11. A few years. And Warren Buffett knows that if the airlines need a bailout from the government, that the shareholders are going to get screwed. But once again, you cannot tell this to the average person. Been the bartender, they're going to be much lower in the future. This is what I keep telling people. Stocks, you must be in it for the long haul. What I'm saying is it's cheap now, but it's going to be cheaper in the future. Way cheaper. Pretty much the Feds are propping the market up because the institutional money ain't in the market. It's the retail investor and it's the Fed. And the Fed is the buyer of last resort. Oh, the market's definitely going to change. Oh, they hate it when I pee on their Bitcoin because I know about the principles of building wealth and building a business and building a fortune. And they're not in Bitcoin and they're not in gold and silver. Like the Hunt brothers. Let me go ahead and talk about the Hunt brothers in a minute. Pretty much, Ben. Charlatan, I know. Disney is losing 60 to 70% of its income right now. There's no way, if you looked at the technical fundamentals, that stock should be going up. Badass trucking babe. Thanks for the $5 super chat. As the dollar further devalues, as it will, gold and silver will continue to be the most precious currencies. Real estate, however, will always be king. We are a long way away from that. Because once you know when people should have been buying gold and silver when Nixon took us off of the gold standard. The dollar has been fiat currency for many, many years. And as long as the Fed keeps playing this game of printing money and increasing the national deficit, the dollar right now, let me show you something. For all those people who are talking about the devaluation of the dollar. Okay. Right now, the US dollar is strong when the dollar's value is high relative to other currencies compared to the past. That means one of two things. It means the dollar is near the top of the historical range. Right now, the dollar has been as strong as it's ever been right now. So all for you folks who are like negative interest rates, it's going to be devalued. Why isn't it devalued right now in this environment? It's strong. It's the strongest currency on the planet right now, the dollar. The record low of the dollar was 71.58 on April 22nd, 2008. This was shortly after the Bear Stearns bank failure. At that time, investors fled to the euro because they thought the financial crisis was limited to the United States. So, why is the dollar so strong right now? The dollar is strong for three reasons. First, it ended its expansive monetary policy as the economy improved. It stopped adding to the money supply. This constrained the supply of the dollar and increased its value. This was written in 2019. With the Fed doing its quantitative easing, the dollar is still strong. Here's a recent article. The dollar is on a tear. Why is that troubling? Even though the bug has the United States essentially in the lockdown mode, the American dollar continues to be viewed as the world's safest and most stable currency. The value of the greenback is surging up more than 7% against a basket of other currencies, such as the euro, British pound, and Swiss franc, since hitting its low point of 2020 on March 9th. But the strong demand from other countries around the world has created a liquidity crunch, especially a dollar shortage. There are worries about that could further disrupt global financial markets. So for all you folks who are talking about the dollar devalued and stuff, right now, the dollar is super, super strong. And it's going to be that way for many, many years. And also, let's talk about a scenario where gold and silver will emerge as winners. Do you understand how bad it has to get for gold and silver to enter into play? I mean, it's going to have to be Walking Dead type scenario. We're going to have massive inflation. We're going to have about 40% of people out of work, which may be on the books later this month. We're going to have such economic carnage, because one of the things you want to look at is what happened in Argentina and Bosnia. Let's see. It just jumped on me. The startup CEO lifestyle. Billionaires have diverse portfolios. They're billionaires. Trying to compare average people finances to billionaire finances is absolutely insane. You're not mentioning day trading. I'm thinking about starting doing some day trading because the market right now is ripe for day trading. Day traders are having a field day right now because it's so volatile. It'll go up, it'll go down. This is the environment that day traders love. I know, Ben. Really, yeah, Buffett. Every time Buffett sells something, people start getting nervous. It's like, what does this guy know? All right, Malik Vanderbilt, because what I'm going to start doing on Savage Finance is start doing some paper trading videos, because I think that you should know what's going on in the market. Just sitting on the sidelines without knowing, because paper trading for a few months is going to give you an idea of what you're getting yourself into before you start risking your money. Be real, I know. And they keep hoping that it's going to get that high again. Bitcoin may never ever get that high again. And all of these predictions that it's going to be 30,000, it's going to be 100,000, it's going to be $1,000,000, they haven't been realized yet. You funny, Bartomeu. Craven, but the cruise stocks are going up. Paul Brown, because the government's probably going to bail out the airlines. So in a few years, he probably will be able to sell that stock for when it goes higher. Seeing, that's what I'm telling people. I know, Agent J. Poole, there's a lot of people who want to get into it. I know, Steve Jamerson. That's what I keep telling these folks. But they keep wanting to argue with me, but they don't want to provide any facts or any proof of what they're saying. None. Well, that's what I'm worried about, the hyperinflation. Right now, the dollar is the safe haven currency. Even with the Fed printing up a lot of money, the dollar is rock solid strong. And that's why I laugh at these fools who are like, well, we're near negative interest rates. I'm like, dude, you do any research? Because the dollar is at a record strength right now. It's crushing other currencies. Jay Green making valid points. Currently, I'm 50% cash, 7.5% gold, 2.5% silver, 25 BTC, and 15 commercial real estate. No debt and own the business. Being patiently deploy cash to RE and stocks. That's someone who has a portfolio. And look at the ratios. 50% cash. All of the institutions are holding on to their cash. These are people who get paid millions of dollars to manage risk, and they're holding on to cash. Where the average retail investor is running to the stock market like their hair is on fire, and a lot of them are going to make some bad bets. A lot of them. Thank you, Hassan. Silver went from 13 to 19 to 12. All right. If you are a trader, that's a totally different ball game. If you're buying and watching the market and you're trading, that's totally different. I know, Kevin. To the moon. The people who put their money in one basket are currently employed right now. Pretty much. Pretty much. I think it's going to go down. Anthony Johnson making a gang of money reselling. I've been doing it 2 years strong like this. Best I've done numbers wise. Resale. Because people want cheap products. It's hard to get gold right now. Really? Let me show you some. I don't know where you're shopping, but you can get gold coins on eBay all day long. This is where I used to sell gold. I used to sell gold on eBay. I used to take a bunch of jewelry, crumpled up, and put it up for a 99-cent bid, and it would always sell for more than what I could have got if I had spot traded it. Now, if you are a trader, if you're buying gold and you're watching the markets and you're selling it when it goes up, that's a whole different thing. If you're doing the same thing, like I almost got into trading Bitcoin because literally for 3 months it would go up like $1,200. It would be low in the morning, and in the evening it would go up to like $1,200. And if you could have bought it in the morning, then sold it in the evening, you would have made $1,200 profit per Bitcoin. And that went on for a long time. And it's still, if you're going to be trading Bitcoin, That's a totally different animal than buying it and holding on for dear life. A lot of these people like to say stuff because they sound smart, but if you want to buy gold, you can get gold. You can get gold on eBay and you can get silver. Like silver coins, old uncirculated coins, bars, bullion, estate sale. I don't know what that's about. I would have to investigate that. But yeah, you can get gold and silver on eBay. Let me see. Let's see if they're doing it. Oh, they're selling Bitcoin mining equipment. So that's what they're selling. The dog daily Forex, if you're a trader, like if you are a trader, right now is your time. You're loving the environment. You know, if you're trading Forex, if you're doing day trading, the technicals are all over the place. You're loving it if you're day trading. Asians are investing in the dollar, sure are. Carl Blank, good man. A friend of mine trying to get me to pull up funds to buy crypto. I told him to invest in lead generation website for the cleaning business and a YouTube channel. I told him I'm focused on my e-commerce business. Thank you. Because you're going to make, all right, here's the thing. You're going to make more money from a business than you will investing. This is why it literally takes people 5 to 6 decades to get rich in the stock market, because you're going to get little gains here and there, and it's going to accumulate over time. But you can start a service business and be making $2,500 to $5,000 in 90 days. It's faster. It's way faster. But, you know, I'm a person that preaches do more. Tiger Shark. It's going to be 4 more weeks. Well, I'm not going to get into the value of the blockchain because this is many things that people keep preaching. And I don't think that Bitcoin is going to be the captive cryptocurrency. I think it's going to be another currency. Um, you know, if you're getting into Bitcoin, you're just speculating. You're not really investing. You're just gambling. It's like going to Vegas and putting like $1,000 on black and letting it ride. Jagger and gold and silver, you're on delay if you use online dealers, if you buy on eBay, and if you're paying a huge premium right now. America's a deficit. What's a value about American is our economy and our military. Barb Mel, and this is something else with Bitcoin. One whale can sell his holding and impact the whole market. One person can make a move. And a lot of people are like, well, I have no faith in fiat currency. Yet you have faith in something that one person can make a move and tank the whole market. One person. They don't even have to get together and have a committee. One person can just like, because every time a whale moves his Bitcoin, it becomes news because they're like, what is he getting ready to do? Is he going to sell? Because if a whale sells a lot of Bitcoin at once, it crashes the market. It crashes the market. James Burst, I hope so too. Pretty much. Jay Green, look at the premiums though, not even close to the paper price. But once again, if you're looking to buy gold and it's hard to find gold and you can't get it, like all my gold, I never bought gold from retail and got all my gold out of storage units. And, you know, I was kind of debating, like, because each month I would sell it, and I would get like $5,000 to $10,000 a month just selling my gold and sometimes silver. And I don't regret selling it because I've made so much money off other things. All right, Christopher. Oh, Hellcat Tony, they're gonna keep printing cash. They're gonna keep doing it. Nope, your company cannot own a Roth RA. An individual has to own a Roth RA. Yeah, Bitcoin is just highly volatile. Bitcoin is so crazy, and a lot of people don't understand. So, if you're going to buy gold, or, for gold and silver to become relevant, I mean, we're going to have to descend into chaos. I'm talking about, let's go ahead and look at the. Now, Argentina had a Great Depression. Read up on Argentina. So do some research on what happened in Argentina and what happened in Bosnia, because that's going to give you guys some guidance on what you should do. And I'm going to tell you, I was reading stories like the people who had money, who were holed up, they got robbed and they were murdered because one of the things because like someone didn't like my reference of the shotgun, but if things get really really bad, people are going to get desperate and they're going to do whatever they have to do to feed their children. They're going to have to do whatever they do to get some food, and it's going to, I mean, the world is literally going to have to collapse before gold and silver become relevant. If you're buying gold and you want to preserve a position of your portfolio in gold and silver as a hedge against inflation, okay, that's cool. But if you're just out here willy nilly buying gold and silver with no plan, no structure, that's just dumb. Because let me give you an example of someone that I know who was trying to get me to go into gold. This person has no portfolio. And later on, I found out this person had like $90,000 in debt. And he was taking money and buying gold. And he couldn't work anymore. He had to sell his gold to pay his debt. I mean, this is, you've got so many people who are doing this that they're hustling backwards. They're trying to have a situation where they're investments will outpace their liabilities. Oh, Chris, yeah, crypto is extremely. There was a study that most crypto trades were real trades. Kevin Davis, man, none of this investment is going to significantly change your life in 5 or 10 years. Start a business. Pretty much. Look at Venezuela. Joseph, that's funny. Once again, cryptocurrency is the wild, wild west right now. And I feel that if you should take care of your debt, you should have a short-term emergency fund, a long-term emergency fund, and if you got some excess cash that you want to throw into crypto after all doing all that, all right, that's on you. I still think it's not the best move. It's just not, because it doesn't go against, it doesn't align with my principles. Agent J Pool, I got expensive stock training videos running now. Really? Oh, on this channel, because Savage Finance isn't monetized yet. And also, this is one of the things, like, you guys ever wonder why certain ads run on certain videos? What you can do when you go into Google AdSense is you can pick the channels and the type of content you want your ads to run on. Like, if you want, every time someone does a video that talks about gold, if they have gold in the title, you can have AdSense run your ads on that channel. Paul Brown, amen. Charlatan, that's funny. Bart Mar, if you're really good at day trading, you can make a lot of money right now. You can make crazy money right now. All right, Hellcat Cern. Because see, this is the big price, the issue that's happening. Let me go to. All right, I got this going on in Savage Finance right now. Classic Rod Society, the preppers feel that the world is literally going to collapse. And preppers have a big audience because they have these things called your bug out bag. You grab your bag, you go, you have some place to go, you have a meetup place. They're making many preparations, but before we get to that point, the world is going to literally have to fall apart. Anthony Johnson is pretty much my plan too. All right, James, good to go. All right, so I've got a joint on Savage Finance that's talking about a lot of this stuff. Um, like, to anyone here, you should make sure your financial house is in order. You should have the short term emergency fund, the long term emergency fund. You should also have no debt. And you should also have an additional source of cash, because right now, I know what you're being bombarded with, because everyone is telling you buy stocks. It's cheap. This is the time to get in the market. This is the time to get in the market. But no one is telling you are you prepared to get into the market? Is your financial house in order? And this is one of the things I keep preaching, because here's what's going to happen in investing roles. This chick, she actually said it. She said you should have no debt, because see, a lot of these channels don't even bring up that if you got debt. You got people out here who are watching these channels. They like the personality, they like the person, they feel the advice is solid, and they have a car note, they have credit card debt, they have student loan debt, they have other debt, and they're putting in a little bit of money in the market, and they're losing because they don't know how to sit down and do a balance sheet. Because if they were to do a balance sheet, they was like, oh, I need to get out of debt before I start investing. Oh, that's what I need to do. And they're just not. Bart and Mel, that's funny. I don't think we're going to have a social collapse. We're going to have a depression. We're going to have people who are going to um, be out. We're going to have, I think we're going to have a cultural shift. You're going to have many people who are going to go back to saving money, stacking money, because this is what I'm about, because I know what it's done for my life. Like right now, there's an economic crisis. I'm not really worried. I don't, and this thing, I don't have a lot of bills. Going upon the basic economic principles that I talk about, I just don't have a lot of bills. I only write one check a month. Well, two. And they're really from the corporation. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. That's funny. But, for you guys who want to get into gold and silver, make sure that your portfolio is set up correctly and you have a ratio, because just buying gold and silver to buy gold and silver, what's going to happen is if you run into an economic situation where you need to sell that, more than likely you're going to have to sell it at a loss, because typically gold and silver can be sold really quickly, but depending on what the price is, anyone that is knowledgeable is not going to pay you more than the spot price. I mean, people right now are being forced to be frugal. Right now, they're forced to being frugal. Um, they're in a situation where, because the honeymoon phase is over. Because the first 2 to 3 weeks, that was kind of like a nuisance. Now we're getting into the meat of the matter, because money's running out. The stimulus checks, and there's been a lot of rumors that people are getting these stimulus checks. These online banks have advanced their clients the checks. Chime, net banks, all the simple bank, they've all advanced people their checks. USA City Lunch, and they don't. Oh, you're finding out a lot of stuff that is happening. Many, many, many things are happening. But I just wanted to do this to let you know that if you're going to buy gold or silver, you should be positioned to buy gold or silver where it makes sense. Just buying gold, silver, Bitcoin with no plan, no portfolio, it's just going to end up badly, because Bitcoin is going to crash. Like, what is Bitcoin? All right, Bitcoin is up to $7,906. The other day it was 6,000. A few weeks ago it was 4,000. So if you have a situation where you need money and you're buying Bitcoin, gold, and silver, and you're gonna have to sell that stuff to pay your debts, because you haven't set up your financial house correctly, and it's crazy. And like the stock market is so fantastical right now. If you are a day trader or you're trading forex, I'm not talking to you. That's a whole different game, because day traders, they in and out of their position. Sometimes day traders will do 3 or 5 or 10 trades a day. and they'll exit those positions in the same day. It's a wholly different, because I'm really thinking about getting into day trading because the market is going to be right for it for a minute. Because I like when it was really going down and then it was really going up. I mean, I know some day traders made some crazy bank. They made some crazy bank. Oh, Cash App, really? Classic ride exercise equipment selling like gold right now. Weights are selling for 3 4x what they were. Yeah, because people can't go to the gym. All these gyms are closed. People can't. There are folks who want to keep their workout on. I can see that. Uh, Dude, when I start day trading, I'm gonna start with a portfolio of about 10,000, and I'm gonna amp it up to 25,000 so I can trade as often as I want. That's what I'm gonna start off with. Oh yeah, I already researched that. I'm just sitting back, kind of doing my research, because from what I've seen is once you lock in your setups, you don't have to. It's something you could do like literally 1 to 3 hours a day. Now the prep work could take you more time. Paul Brown, this is true. Foxy girl, you can swing trade around, work around the day trade limit. Like I'm gonna do 25,000 in my account, so I won't have these restrictions. But I'm only going to risk a small amount in the beginning. What's up from Paris? Been the bartender. The hotep's in church. Could be, could be. But there's this. I just wanted to bring this to you guys because I keep getting all these folks. It's like, how come you're not talking about gold and silver and all this other stuff? And I want you guys to be fundamentally sound, and I want you to build proper economic houses. And if you don't have your emergency funds up and you're in debt, you're not in a position to buy gold, silver, or Bitcoin. You're just not in a position, because if you go ahead and buy this stuff, you're going to lose money. I guarantee it. Check out Kenny Glick and his 1 minute rap strategy. Day trading is now set and forget. I love the smart finesse sense. So, I'm going to get into that, but once again, I'm still studying it. I'm just not going to jump in and start trading without any knowledge, because, there's so many day trading videos. There's this Asian chick she calls herself Humble Trader, and her channel took off because she does pole dancing. And I've noticed that a lot of these day traders investing with Rose, she does pole dancing. And I mean, it's crazy. So let me go ahead and give a little love to I watch her because I like her because she tells the truth. She's not one of these personal finance channels that just talks about doing all of these crazy things. But it's funny that the two Asian chicks on YouTube talking about investing both do pole dancing. That is hilarious. And here's the other one. I think she's got it's just funny that they both are Asian and they both do pole dancing. Cracks me up. It's the funniest thing, you know. It is hilarious. But I'll be talking about this on Savage Finance whenever I get around to it because I got other stuff to do. I've got a lot of training to do. I've got stuff to get together next week. Unfortunately, only adults will learn from this. Kids, teens won't. They don't have to worry about the bills and food. Classic Ride Society, that is true. All right. All right, Duke. Never broke action pack. Or, well, it just depends. Like, do you have any experience on how to start a business? Rose out here diversified. Thought's gonna thought. That's funny. Oliver Velez keeps it 100. He tells most of y'all will fail. All right. I wonder. Rod, for real estate, when Humble Trader did her video talking about the life of a day trader, and she put that pole dancing on her thumbnail, her channel blew up. So you got a point there. They know what the audience want. Duke, the market is disconnected from reality right now, but gravity always wins in the end. Exactly. And this is why I'm saying it ain't going to go up. Like, you're not going to miss out if you sit around and do some paper trading for a month or two to learn some stuff. Because there's a lot to learn when you get into the market. Exposing the emperor, no experience starting the business, then you would be better off starting a service business. That would be the best thing for you. That's going to be the ticket. So let me close some of these windows. Get rid of the pole dancing chicks. You gonna make mistakes. Just go with it. Just make sure that your mistakes are contained and that you haven't done anything crazy. Mistakes will happen. 80 France, pretty much. Roger Marine. I paid off my house and cars day trading. When I first started, I lost all of my money. Then I got really good and made money. Roger Marine, that's kind of what I consistently hear, that everyone who did Forex or day trading in the beginning, they lost money. In losing money, they learn how to make money. I believe Ross Cameron. Yes, he has a big channel. Classic Ride Society. That's true because there's this Hispanic chick who has a Hellcat, a GT, and some other car, and she always is in her garage in some short shorts. She has big breasts, and I'm just sitting there like, there's this trucker, and she's Scandinavian because she speaks with an accent. She's blonde, and her channel literally just 6 months old is literally blown up. And she'll just do stuff like washing her car, just driving, just talking. She ain't doing nothing extraordinarily, but because she's so attractive, her channel has just took off. So you were right. Exposing the Emperor, thanks for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Because, like I said, I get a lot of people who, because I can start pointing them to this video, because, inherently buying gold or silver or Bitcoin is not a bad thing if you're positioned to do so. But if you're just out here buying Bitcoin on a wing and a humbug, it's going to end badly. I can tell you that. Oh, let me show you her. All I had to do was put in female trucker. And here she is. I think it's that long blonde hair. And her channel is literally, I think, 6 months old. She just did a video washing her car, and like her views are crazy. Her channel was 8 months old, and she's got 156,000 subscribers. And she gets 180,400, 1.9 million. It's just funny because I see this all the time. I've been seeing this on YouTube ever since I've been doing YouTube. And here's another one. Happiness by the Mild. Oh, I didn't even know this one. She's Hispanic. Oh, yeah. This video has 2 million views, and it's just her driving the truck. Here's another one. And she's a lesbian, so that adds to it. It's wild. It is wild. I mean, I've just noticed that. YouTube works like that. It just works like that. Paul Brown. See, y'all know Silver Blade knew exactly who I was talking about. He knew exactly. Bart, you can. JB Well, that's funny. Do women have a whole economic range to make money men don't? Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. All right. I will see you guys later. Be sure to go over here and check out Hustlers Kung Fu lifeskills.com, and we have a whole range of products to help you do what you need to do. Be sure to check it out, and I will see you guys in the next one.